I got two different statistics for you that really just show the true power of the Apple ecosystem. I'm MWG and let's get right into the tech news for today, where we now have Apple Music surpassing Spotify. But there's a little asterisk to that. Spotify, a music streaming app that you can download on iOS or Android. That's the key right there. You can get it on Android. That streaming platform has around 80 million paid subscribers, but not all of that is in the United States. While the Apple Music, Apple's very own music streaming service, only on iOS. Well, you can get it on Android, but let's not talk about that. Apple's own streaming option has around 40 million paying subscribers per month. Both platforms practically offer the exact same option, except Apple Music comes with the Apple name. Both subscriptions are $10 a month. You have the wide variety of choices, and you could of course download them to your phone. But Apple has now officially passed Spotify with over 20 million US paying subscriptions. Spotify right now is only growing their user base 2% every single month, while Apple Music is boosting its subscriptions by 5%, and overall 3% boost over Spotify. So Apple Music is catching up. Apple Music still needs to double its user base to match Spotify's overall user base, but Apple Music is beating Spotify already in the United States of America. The two platforms offer the exact same thing. One was earlier, but one has the Apple branding on it. Which one's gonna win in the long term? And going to the other news article, Apple is beating another company in another different market. This time the smartphone market, and the iPhone 8 is sizzling hot. The most anticipated phone of 2017 was arguably the iPhone X. And Apple actually released two phones aside the iPhone X, the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, but those were just minimal upgrades, while the iPhone X was the all-out phone. While quickly looking at the phone sales for May, the whole total month of May for the total cell phones sold, the iPhone 8 took most of the market share for May, followed by the Samsung S9, followed by the iPhone X, followed by a Xiaomi phone. Then the iPhone 8 Plus comes into play, and then after those three 2017 iPhone models, then comes the iPhone S9. But after just quickly looking at those stats, two things come to my head. Wow, Xiaomi actually sells a lot of phones, just not in the United States. And two, people actually buy the iPhone 8, which is unexpected on my part. I thought most people would just spend $150 for the 8 Plus, but I guess people are turning to the cheaper $700 iPhone 8. iPhone X in third is not that surprising, because anyone who got the iPhone X probably got it as soon as it released. But now iPhone 8 over the iPhone 8 Plus, that's surprising. And what truly surprised me is that the iPhone 8, released all the way back in September, is still ahead of the newly released Samsung S9. The reports out of Samsung is that the demand is just not as high for the Samsung S9. Samsung didn't really do that much with the Samsung S9. Shorten the bezels just a little bit, add stereo speakers, and add the capability of the aperture changing on the camera, which is revolutionary in its own right, but not enticing the customers. Now going to drones, where DJI has completely taken up the market share for all consumer drones. It doesn't really get it on the $100 spectrum, but from $500 and beyond, you're going to buy a DJI product. Other drone companies release their own version of the drone, but it just can't compete with DJI counterparts. Parrot and Nafia. DJI names their products right. You got the DJI Spark, DJI Mavic Pro, and then a lighter version of the DJI Mavic Pro is a DJI Mavic Air. It makes sense, but Parrot and Nafia? I question that name right there, but there's a picture looming across the interwebs about a Mavic 2 or a Mavic Pro 2. DJI released the first generation of the Mavic Pro all the way back in 2016, and 2 years of drone technology sure goes a long way. The first generation Mavic Pro did not have obstacle avoidance on all sides. The rumor is for Mavic 2 is that it's going to have obstacle avoidance on all sides, just like the DJI Mavic Air. And another possible feature from this brand new second generation Mavic Pro, we can now probably take out the camera and the gimbal system, just like the GoPro GoPro Karma and use it as its very own camera separate from the drone, because that 4K camera and the gimbal system on the Mavic Pro is lovely, and people are wondering why can't we just use this as a regular daily old camera. So a rumored feature with the Mavic 2 is that you could potentially do that, kind of as a little competition, a little fight there right at the jab at the GoPro Karma, where you could do that with its very own GoPro Karma grip with a Hero 6 or a Hero 5 attached. As of right now, DJI completely claims the throne in drones. No one else is competing. DJI was originally supposed to hold a July 18th press event, most likely to announce and release the Mavic 2, but that initial date of July 18th has now been postponed, and we now have to see the bigger picture, because I mean that was the promo for the July 18th event. But I can't wait to see the brand new innovational features on the Mavic 2. That's going to be very interesting. But thank you to all who watched this episode. Consider subscribing to this channel, and I'll see you in the next one for another technology news update.